Hello everyone, welcome back to Grounded Roots Healing. My name is Jason and I'm a spiritual teacher. At least that's the label I'm giving myself for the time being. Until something else comes along or if this takes off. So today I'm going to talk about revenge. Now, that doesn't sound very spiritual, does it? I realize this, but in order to understand what I mean, you're going to have to watch the video. So that's a little trick we pull here. And in order to get this revenge, I'm going to need people to like and subscribe and comment and share this video. It's going to be extremely important if I'm going to be able to pull this off. So what do I mean by this? So before we start, as you can see, I'm not at a particularly nice place. My camera angle's changed a bit, and I'm back in the car. So I've had a strange couple of days. I guess that goes without saying. Every couple of days seems to be strange now, whenever the next lesson happens. And this lesson was a big one, a really big one. So where to begin? So the last few days I did a video called Cutting Ties. Not that long ago, like 2 videos ago. And it was in regards to cutting ties with some people in my life that had hurt me pretty severely. But it turns out much more severely than I had realized at the time. So this isn't really funny, but I find it funny now because of the naivety of me, to not see that there's more to this, and there always is. And this has happened over and over on this journey, and this is just another one where I think I'm at the end and then there's another twist. So what do I mean by this? Okay, so these people in my life from this community that I spoke of, one in particular was really influential in my life. And I've had to since cut ties. Now, in order to understand that whole process, you're going to have to go back and watch that video, but I hope you do. It's really important in understanding where I'm going with this one. And so I've decided to cut ties and put those people back out of my life, but this time out of a sense of self-preservation. So it's not that I wanted to cut ties or that I didn't forgive these people, but I had to in order to maintain my energy. And as I did that, I healed something in myself. I'd reached another level of healing on this particular subject. And once I reached that level of healing, it does what it often does. So you have what is referred to as cognitive dissonance. You can't see patterns that at this point seem extremely obvious. That's why I'm laughing half the time. And because it's your brain's way of protecting you from experiencing something that you're not ready to experience yet. So what do I mean by this? It's like a type of Stockholm syndrome where you start to not be able to form conclusions when the information is obviously there right in front of you. It's like you should have known all along. And that's what my wife often says to me. It's like she could see this a mile away, but then she won't interject and she won't tell me. And that is the universe protecting me as well. It's not letting her do something that would have pushed me and made me realize things too early, or maybe I wouldn't even have listened to her because my brain wasn't ready. I wasn't ready at the point in healing to deal with this stuff. So as I did this next level of healing on this, what was, it's so much abuse. It's basically grooming in a way. It's just not all directed in one way. So let me explain. So this particular individual was hurt in his life, and he hurt a lot of other people. And I did not escape this. And he abused someone in my family in front of me, and that traumatized me. Now, my brain wouldn't allow me to see the other forms of abuse and other things that he had done in order to groom me into being a miserable human being like himself. In order for me to turn into a companion for him on his descent into hell. And it took a lot of forms. And last night, after I healed enough, this all became obvious to me. Now, like I said, my wife Amanda already knew this in a way. But she knew this deep down, and she didn't ever tell me about it because, like I said, I wouldn't have listened. So what did he do? Like I said, he did the initial thing that I had cut off ties for in the first place. Then he introduced me to alcohol at a young age. And continuously introduced me to alcohol, kept me supplied with alcohol whenever I sought the need, because he wanted me to be an alcoholic like him. He drove my friends away. So whenever I would be making friends, I remember a particular incident. Actually, before I go on to that, these scars right here are a direct result of that. And so I was fed alcohol one Christmas, I believe I was 16 years old, in excess, and then I fell and cut my face wide open while in the presence of this individual. That's one. Two, my friends. So I was making a good friend. I might have been 10 years old, and he ended up running into us in this small community, and he made us fight for his own enjoyment, and we didn't hang out anymore after that. I had to beat up my friend for this guy's kicks. Now, I'm glad I didn't make this video last night or the night before even, because the anger I was feeling at the time was palpable. And I'm glad that it happened this way, where I didn't know this, and I was able to progressively show how this works on video. So I'm doing shadow work. I'm in the middle of it. You can watch me go through this. You can tell that I'm a little ungrounded and that I'm a little still pissed off. And that's okay. But I'm living with those emotions, and I'm letting them go as they come up for once. So I've been having waves of emotion all day, and mostly anger. I had a little anger outburst yesterday, and Amanda's been helping me get through this and understanding what's happening. I'm letting this stuff out so that it all doesn't come out at once. He was at the center of all the problems in my life. He stole my childhood. He stole my relationship to intimacy. Caused depression, which I've had for 40 years. Passive suicidal ideation for 40 years. I haven't slept for 40 years. I have insomnia. I still don't sleep well. I wasn't able to trust another human being, especially men, for my whole life. This has had a profound effect on my life, and not in a good way. All so you could groom me to be your friend in misery, because misery loves company, doesn't it? This is evil. This is what evil is. This is when someone who's tasked with protecting you and being a mentor or a father figure for you tries to turn you into a mess for their enjoyment and for their own fear of being alone. Now, I also in the past have mentioned that I'm autistic. So I'm not going to describe all autistic people as this, but they're in general tend to be naive to other people's intentions, let's say. And you took advantage of this. You took advantage of my childlike nature and my inability to see the evil that was in you. This stuff is unbelievable. It's occurring to me as I'm talking about this, you know, that my childhood was stolen by another human being. And I want it back. I'm going to get it back. So, in order to... Now, I've got notes here. And these notes are a lot longer than I'm going to talk about. And I wrote them after I figured this out. And there's a lot of nasty stuff in here. And understandably so. This person that wrote this down was extremely angry. You know, and I'm reading through this stuff and I'm like, maybe that's a little too far. I'm trying to be a enlightened human being, and I'm trying to go at this from a place of love. And I'm trying to understand why the universe would have put me through something like this. And I get it now. I understand. Why would the universe put me through something like that? Why would it take that away from me? And the whole reason is for me to alchemize this into something that can help other people. So, what do I mean by that? I need to turn all of this pain and all of these lessons, hard lessons that I've learned, into love and helping other people who've been through things that I've been through. So in order for me to get revenge, as I titled this video, I need to be happy. I need to forgive. I need to learn how to use this to help other people that have been in my situation. And I need to literally alchemize this toxic, hellish behavior and turn it into something that can help people. And in order to do that, I'm going to need your help. In order for me to get this revenge on this person, in order for me for him to watch me succeed and learn that he's failed in his attempt to destroy me, I need this to be spread. I need this to go to people, to enough people that he finds this gets put in his lap, and that everybody understands in this small community. And everybody who knows me is going to know who this person is, that he gets to see this every day. So help me get my revenge in the best way that I can think of, and help me turn this into a positive thing. Spread this, like it, comment, give it to whoever you can. And I know this will end up in the hands of people who need to hear this too. That it is possible to forgive the people that have done this to you, and that good things can come from these challenges. And we're all here together, you know. The people, at least the group of us that would actually like to improve our lives. And, you know, it's not too late. I'm 47 years old. It took me this long to remember this, but I'm taking my power back. And I'm starting a YouTube channel, and I'm trying to learn this and heal myself. And this other person is not, and he never will. And living a good life is the best revenge I can think of. So, like I said, if you can spread this, like this, move this ahead for me, all it takes is a little click, it would be infinitely helpful. So, I release you, trauma from 40 years. I don't want to think about this stuff anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I've had enough of it. It's held enough of my time and energy that it's time to move on. And it's time for me to see how I can help people with this. Now, I think that's where I'll leave it. Like I said, I got a lot of nasty notes here, you know, but the cognitive dissonance is over. I see what you've done, and I call your bluff. And I hope this ends up in your hands, and I hope you understand. I hope you understand that you failed. I win, and I'm going to prove that. As God is my witness, I am going to prove you wrong. I am worth something. I have the sword of truth. I will be the one who wins in this battle of good versus evil, I guess. And you have no control over me anymore. And you get to watch this. So, with that being said, I hope this video finds you well. I love you all. And we'll see you tomorrow.